So the new topic today is number patterns and recursion. So what will happen next year, or for year 12, is number patterns and recursions will get mashed in with finance. So what is number patterns and recursion? Recursions are sort of just like ways that you can write the rules, or that you see like the same thing is happening all the time. So it's more, this topic is really like setting up language and you getting used to it, them writing like that, and then we're going to use all the finance rules and we'll write them in this language. So it's not too hard and it'll be all right. So the first thing we're going to look at is, so if we have a sequence, we have a list of numbers that are in a particular order. Okay, so there's some rule and the numbers of the, so there's some rule creating this sequence and we have all these numbers. So say like 2, 4, 6, 8, that would be the numbers going up by 2. Yeah, the rule is you're adding 2 to the next one. Okay, if you have all the numbers in the sequence are called terms. So say this, I could call that would be term 1, term 2, exactly as random. So if I said in that sequence, what's term 4, you might say it is the number 7. Yeah. Okay, so, and we know that this sequence must have it can either be generated random or it will have a rule to it. We're mainly going to look at ones that have a rule. So when you see a sequence written, you'll see it written like this, and often you'll see these dotted lines to indicate that it's going to keep going on. So so the dots may be referred to as a ellipsis, and it just shows that the sequence is going to keep going. Okay, so it continues. All right. So if you look at this sequence in the pink, you can see that the rule is to add 2 to the current number. So if you're looking at here, so see we've gone 1 to 3, we've added 2. Then when we're at 3, to get to 5, we've added 2. So the next term is always found by adding 2. So when you're in there, we're going to look for a pattern or rule in the sequence and find the next number. So if you have a look, what can you see? What's happening here? What do you think is happening here? 6. Okay. Now, was that also added 6? Yeah. So what would the next term be in that one? Good. 26. And then what would the next one be? Yeah, good. So you're going to have to look and maybe see that what the pattern is in some instance. That will be fairly easy. Okay, so the next part we've got is naming the terms in a sequence. So as before, I said they're going to call it T1. So the first term in the sequence is known as T1. The next one's T0, T3. And so on. And so if you want the 10th term, it'll be known as T10. So in this next question, it says describe how the terms are generated in the number sequence and give the next 2 terms. So what you've got to have a look at, what do you think, what's happening here? How did I go? Yeah, you add 3. And does that work for here?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you've added, that's definitely working there. So good. We're adding 3. So what would the next 2 terms of the sequence be? Good. 17 and then 20. Good. So we're just practicing doing that today, and just that language, really easy. So go off and do exercise 8A, and you're doing all of them. And the textbook is on our class page under files, the chapter.